Hi, Dr. T from Texas Integrative Medicine, and I want to welcome you to our team of practitioners that will help you navigate your return to health and wellness from your chronic environmental illness. This is part of a three-part video series on the various toxins from the environment that are contributing to your chronic illness. Today I want to talk about the chemical toxin group. The chemical toxin group is made up of 85 to 90,000 different chemicals that have been made by man, most of them from petroleum. And most of those chemicals that have been dumped into the environment haven't been tested for safety to humans. As it turns out, when they are tested, the majority of them are found to be unsafe. We're talking about millions of tons in our environment. And in addition to the man-made petroleum toxins, we also need to talk about the so-called toxic elements or metal elements, things like mercury, lead, arsenic, cadmium, aluminum, that have also been dumped in the tons into our environment in the last 50 years and are contributing more than likely to your chronic illness. These toxins in the chemical group are able to be assessed through a number of different diagnostic studies that we can do. And it's important to do because the first and most important thing that we should talk about is the fact that we need to zero your exposures. If you've got ongoing exposures, it's going to be very difficult to help you get well. But in addition to zeroing out exposure, it then becomes a matter of helping you use your natural mechanisms of detoxification, your liver, your kidneys, your sweat glands, your intestine, to actually get rid of these toxins. And by getting rid of them, we do see that symptoms go away. One of the products that I use in my practice more than any other is liposomal glutathione. Glutathione is a little 3-amino acid tripeptide made by the body, which is probably the most important detox and antioxidant nutrient that our bodies use. In fact, it's used by all living systems for the purposes of detoxification. It turns out that almost all patients in my practice and people that are suffering from environmental illness actually have a real true deficiency of glutathione in their bodies. It turns out that glutathione is not normally entered into our body by eating, but it's made internally. Sometimes those systems are inadequate. Glutathione is a difficult molecule to get in the body, but the liposomal form of glutathione is actually easily assimilated by the body. And for this reason, it's very commonly used by me and others that are dealing with patients with environmental illness. If you go to my website, you can find liposomal glutathione available in my vitamin shop. In addition to chemical toxins, we're going to be talking in upcoming videos about other major groups of toxins, including biological toxins and physical toxins. You know, it's an interesting side story, but when I first started in medicine, I was practicing traditional ear, nose, and throat medicine. And when I was in the early 90s in Colorado, I began to come across patients that were really, really sick, lots and lots of chronic environmental illness symptoms. And what I came to understand was that most of those patients had gotten ill as a result of exposure to excessive amounts of highly toxic agricultural chemicals like pesticides and fertilizers and herbicides. And once I began to understand that these exposures were the root causes of many of these patients' symptoms, a real big light came on in my life, and it caused me to start really focusing on the fact that there were root causes to these chronic illnesses. And in the last 25 years, I've just traveled down this road to really understand these root causes and how it is that we can help people recover from them. It turns out to be a process that requires your cooperation with us to get well. But I'm excited to say that there is a real reason why you have these chronic illness symptoms, and there is a real route to recovery that we can navigate together. So I'd like you to subscribe to my YouTube channel to see some of the upcoming videos where I talk more about what we need to do to help you recover from environmental illness. And also, if you're not already a patient in our practice, I invite you to contact us so that you can join my team to start to navigate this path to recovery.
medical disclaimer and legal stuff.